And we are live. At least I hope we're live once again. And for those who don't know what this is a Get Ready With Me where I put on drag makeup to film. I'm only going to do one video today, but so to film a video. Blue Black. Hello. Thank you for joining me. I don't know if you're the only one, but if there's anyone else out there, please say hi. Here we go. Cappuccino, hello, and Lynette, hello. It's our Get Ready With Me crew. So I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm going to try to do a more natural look, and by natural, I just mean a little bit smaller and with no bright colors, because I'm doing a special video today, which may or may not ever see the light of day, so I don't want to really talk about it, but it's an experimental one, but I want to look more subdued, if that's a thing. Hello, beautiful. So, yeah, it's nice to see the same faces over and over. It makes me feel like we're all part of a little family. So I put on the necklace and this just to have it on. Hopefully I won't make too much of a mess. Here we go. Oh, by the way, I finished The Truth About the Dragon, or The Story About the Dragon Was Mostly True, or whatever it was called. And I only gave it 2 stars. So I feel kind of guilty about that, but I really didn't enjoy the book that much. So whatever. But I started on my new Shove It or Shove It book, Lore, which is pretty violent. It starts out pretty violent, but I think it may be a pretty good story. And I am almost finished the Burning God, which it's been raining, so I haven't been able to jog as much as I usually have been. So, and the only time I listen to an audiobook is when I jog. So that's sort of my motivation to jog. So it's been slow, but I'm definitely going to, I only have like 3 hours left. So I'm definitely going to finish it this week. Whatever happens. Okay. Well, experimental being, it's going to be smaller and brown. So I'm not going to do wild colors. And so we'll see how it goes. So this could be a very short video. Famous last words. But I know I have a brown in my Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So I'm just going to attempt to do some brown to talk to you guys. Oh, Blue Black, you're reading Dragon Republic. Yeah, the second book, my favorite is the first book, which usually happens. The second book, we can talk about after you read. And the third book, I'm liking better than the second book, in my opinion. And I think there's only one way the third book could end. So I'm kind of expecting an ending. And I'm not going to, I don't know how I'm going to feel if I don't get that ending. So we'll see. Stig, hi. Glad you are joining us. Feel free to talk. Oh, I saw WandaVision last night. So the first 3 episodes went 50s, 60s, 70s. And then the 4th episode was kind of a break from the sitcom series. And now we're in the, I guess the 80s. I guess it's the 80s now. And it's getting interesting. Okay, so, oops. Okay, caught up. Feel free to chat among yourselves. So I'm just going to put a brown. Like I said, this could be pretty boring because I'm just doing neutral colors. Gosh, I'm so behind on editing videos. I have like 3 videos I haven't edited yet. And two of them were from like weeks ago. Because as you may imagine, my editing sometimes can take a while. And I just released the video on the foundation, mostly because I did that video a while ago, but I wasn't sure when the foundation was going to be released. So I like to get those trailer type reviews out just in case the reaction to the trailer comes out after the actual movie or TV series, which I don't want. Okay. Very dangerous. I know. But here's the thing, Stig. I think the book has been foreshadowing and leading up to a certain ending. That's why I'm sort of expecting it to go the way it goes. But I could be completely misreading the foreshadows or seeing something that isn't there. So we'll see. Oh, you're low-key participating, Cappuccino, in Blackathon, Readathon, lesson by Caldwell Turnbull. Don't know that one. Oh, you picked a book from Shelve or Shove It, Remote Control, but it was only a really? That's kind of disappointing when you were expecting to get into a novel and turns out to be a novella. And what's novella? Like 20 to 40,000 words, something like that. And under 20,000 under, it's a short story. And then I guess 40,000 above is a novel. But there's something, someone can look this up. There's actually a definition for a novelette. And I'm not sure what that is, if it's the same thing as a novella or... Oh, hey, Kayla. I haven't decided yet, but I'm probably not going to get Apple TV. But if someone I know has Apple and invites me over, well, COVID, hi, that's not going to happen. Or if like someone in my comments was saying, well, you know, sometimes these series are picked up by like another service. Like Cobra Kai started with YouTube and then Netflix picked it up. So if Foundation ever goes to a service I'm already subscribed to, then I would definitely watch it. But as of now, I don't think I'm going to get it just to watch the Foundation. But who knows? I may change my mind. Stig, book endings, especially series endings, can make me nervous. Finishing well is difficult in my own expectation. Yeah. But like I said, sometimes the novel or author, you kind of pick up on some foreshadows. Like, what was the book by James Islington, The Shadows That Were? Anyway, it's a very chunky epic fantasy, but he was sort of foreshadowing and broadcasting what the ending was probably going to be, and I got that ending, and it was very satisfying. Really liked that series. Yeah, Stig. Else we end up subverting expectations like Game of Thrones producers. And the ending was just so abrupt on Game of... Yeah. A novelette is longer than a short story, but shorter than a novella. Okay, so there's a middle ground in there. Probably, I don't know, what, 15 to 20,000, who knows? All these classifications. Oh, you get a free year of Apple. Well, okay, if it's a free year, maybe I'll do it. I mean, if it's free, you just have to remember to cancel it when the year's up, which I've done with month-to-month services. Like I got CBS to watch Star Trek, and I got it for a month. I don't know if it was free or discounted, but then I canceled it. And then I did it again for season 2. Then I forgot to cancel it, ended up paying for 3 months of programming I never watched. But 6 Feet Under, I don't remember the ending of that. I know I've seen 6 Feet Under. Isn't that getting a reboot, or am I thinking of something else? Pushing Up Daisies, that's what's getting a reboot. Remote control is, I remember you talking about that, Lynette. Said and gone in near future, meteor showers. Little girls get the power to cause death that she cannot control. Is it plural, like lots of little girls, or just one girl? Sounds interesting. Sounds like it'd be a good movie. Sold me on that one. I'm ordering it. All right. Oops. Did not mind the ending of Game of Thrones itself, but it was far. Yeah, it just felt rushed. That whole season. I don't understand why they did that, because it was such a popular series. Okay, putting on the brown. Okay, I'm gonna get a fluffy brush and go in with a lighter brown and try to shade it out. Oh, I did watch the first episode of The Watch because it was free on Amazon Prime. And I don't know about it. I have mixed feelings. I can definitely see why fans of Discworld are not happy about it. Am I covering my face? Who cares? Because it definitely has a different atmosphere than Terry Pratchett's Discworld series. But I'm not a super fan of Terry Pratchett, even though I've read a lot of Terry Pratchett. I don't know, probably read maybe over the years a dozen, maybe, Discworld novels, which sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but he's written so many Discworld novels. But that said, yeah, it was just a totally different. I prefer the other BBC versions of Discworld, which are probably more authentic to the Pratchett world. But anyway, you can only see season one, episode one, but to watch the rest of it, you would have to pay $20 to buy it or buy a subscription to something, and I didn't do that. So, but I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the Watch. Went from cultural staple to being completely irrelevant over the span of 2 seasons. I'll still do the watches. Yeah, you can watch the first episode on Amazon. I love The Expanse, Stig. That is, and I don't know if you've read it, and I mentioned this before, bringing it back to Game of Thrones. The Expanse is written by S.A. Oh gosh. Anyway, it's a pseudonym of 2 authors. And one of those authors is a protege of George R.R. Martin. I don't know if that means anything, but the books are great, by the way. But the series, I am very, very impressed with the series. And as I've said before, everyone's favorite character is, of course, Chris, the ambassador, or I guess the head of the UN, Christian, whatever her last name is. Or have you seen the teaser trailer TV adaptation? No. Comes out in April. I better react to that. If I want to do a trailer reaction, it's coming out on April. I gotta move it. Thank you, Kayla. I'll do a reaction to that for sure. Douglas Adams is kind of overrated. You know, when I read the novel or the story about the dragon was mostly true, I was thinking about books, humorous fantasy and science fiction books, and I think there is a structural issues with that novel, the dragon novel. But even without that, I didn't find the humor funny, so I guess it's really subjective. And there were he would do a lot of asides and parentheticals and that type of thing. And I thought, well, that just doesn't work. But then I was thinking of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because there are a ton of sort of asides and tangents. And I remember, but it's been so long since I read it, but I remember really liking that. And I thought it worked for that. So humor is subjective. So maybe I just wasn't into the humor of the dragon novel. I don't know. But I like Douglas Adams, but it's been so long since I've read him. I don't know if he's overrated. I don't think he's overrated. My opinion. I liked him. I do love a Red Dwarf. You mean the series Red Dwarf, Lynette? That's a throwback to what, the 80s? Which is, by the way, a very humorous science fiction show, sitcom. You don't see very many science fiction. Oh, if you guys want to know a really old science fiction sitcom, there's a show in the 70s called Quark, Q-U-A-R-K, about a, I thought it was hilarious, but it only lasted like 3 shows or half a season. But of course, I was very, very young when I saw it, so maybe that had something to do with why I thought it was funny. Oh, Stig, for The Expanse. You'll enjoy it. You know, and if you've been watching the TV show or keeping along with it, the name is so apropos, because every book, the story expands. You know, it starts in our solar system and it expands and expands and expands. Yeah, love that series. S.A. Corey, that's it. Christian, yes. She has such a foul mouth, but that's what makes her so lovable. Are you serious, Capo? Cappuccino, goldfish shoals nibbling on your toes? Oh no, this is okay. Is that a quote? Amos is great. The teaser is only like, it's only a few seconds. Well, Kayla, I assume we're talking about Six of Crows. That there's probably going to be a bigger trailer then that's going to be released. So I'll keep an eye out. When they release an actual trailer that's not a few seconds long, then I'll react to it. I'm not a huge Six of Crows fan, but I thought it was a good novel. But as far as the thieves, if you're into thief heist novels, I prefer my mind went blank. Is it Scott Lynch? I want to say Gentleman Bastards, but that's a different series. Oh my God, Liza Locklamora. Hello, brain cells. I think it's a better series, but you know, everything's young adult. Our movies and series like to appeal to that young adult audience. I don't know about putting brown under the eyes. It just makes me look like I have Uncle Fester eye bags. I'll have to turn that down. Put some white back on the brow. Okay. Gagging for Lit, you're back. How you doing? Well, back from a few weeks ago. Yep, back to the Roald Dahl palette. And this is really good quality eyeshadows. I don't know if anyone's into them. but the names are really cute. Charlie Bucket, Golden Ticket, Everlasting Gobstopper. And I got this on sale for $15. Stig, waiting for season 5 to finish airing so I can binge it. Oh, it's, yeah. Yeah, you can definitely binge the season. I've been watching it week to week. Lynette, I think going off on a tangent worked on Hitchhikers because there's excerpts from the guide. It did not work in Mostly True because it was not separated from the story. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And it also makes sense, I think. I wonder for the Mostly True book, if it wasn't in first person, how that would work. I don't know. It just, I felt guilty giving it 4 stars because, I thought the author was cool. But oh well. Serious names for Scott Lynch, so you were right. Oh, okay. Stig, Liza Luckmore is part of the general. Okay. I don't know why my brain. It's been so long since I've read those. And isn't there supposed to be another one? It's like the series not complete. Lady and the Tramp. 8 p.m. in the UK. Wow. Now, I know they did a live action version of Lady and the Tramp, which I thought was why? Because the original cartoon's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to start going in with some black. Okay. This is where I have to concentrate. So again, these black wings aren't going to be as huge as I've been making them in the past because I want to try, I'm aiming for a more toned down thing. But maybe this will work for me going forward. Okey-doke. Yeah, I try to do, I love those drag queen looks that are big and huge and colorful, but I just don't know if I have the skill for that anymore. Because there's always something at the, after my look, I'm like, oh gosh, this isn't quite what I was going for. Like last week, I just made my lips huge. And I don't know why I did that. Oh, by the way, I'm probably going to release on Tuesday a booktuber reaction video on the Bookish Realm, which I know some of you requested or suggested. And Bookish Realm is, of course, the librarian booktuber. Okay, let me catch up. Watching the original, very good. For clips for videos, oh. So is this going to be a video on some romance trope, perhaps, for Valentine's? Gentleman's Bastard is supposed to be 7 books long, but the author sort of pulled a George R. R. Martin, but he turned in the draft for the 4th book last year, and Goodreads says the 4th book comes out this year. Oh, okay. Well, that's a book that I'm going to look forward to. I remember there was a question, who's going to, or what books are you looking forward to the year? And usually I have no idea. Okay, some of my favorite drag artists. I'm very much a fan of Jackie Beat. Who is hilarious, and I love her makeup techniques. I am also a fan, if you're looking for YouTube drag queens, there's this UK couple called Nova and Olympia, who are hilarious. They are so funny. And then when you get to the drag race, I like Trixie Mattel and Katya. Why can't I pronounce her name? Katya. Her series is hilarious. Trixie Mattel has a great YouTube channel. I like watching James Mansfield. Does like hair tutorials, which I'm so jealous of. And this one drag queen that's on Drag Queen UK, Lawrence Cheney, is, sorry for that accent, is hilarious. I really like watching that drag queen. It's probably going to be mine. There's a lot that I like. But. Third Rock from the Sun. It's Third Rock from the Sun cappuccino. I love that. Forgot about that one. That is very good too. Yeah, this is my subtle wing. We love your reading of hers. I'm so excited, actually. Yeah. I don't know. Here's the thing about when I was editing the video, I'm going to get a bigger brush. When I was editing the video, I realized that I was just watching the channel. I just got into watching her video. I watched 2, her very first video and one of her last videos. And I wasn't doing that much talking, and I was just sitting there watching the video. And I didn't really know how to edit it, so I just left both in. So it's like a 45-minute video. So I don't know if I need to go back and just start chopping it up. But yeah, there's just something about Ashley of the Bookish Realm that's just sort of soothing to watch or listen to. And if you don't know, she's also a librarian. So you get a bookish view from a librarian. Oh, thank you, gagging. My voice is soothing. Trixie and Kaya. Elf. Yeah, I think I didn't like Elf that much. It just wasn't wherever I was at that time. But I was a fan of Mork and Mindy, which was a spin-off, believe it or not, from Laverne and Shirley. An alien who comes to Earth to learn about its people. So that was Robin Williams really start. His claim to fame was being Mork and Mindy. Oh, have you seen the Orville? Which is, I think it's the creator from Family Guy, or yeah, I think it's Family Guy. That show confused me because he was obviously a big fan of Star Trek, the same I don't know if he's the same generation I am, but it looked like he was really in love with Star Trek, but of course he's known for his humor. So that series is like, it couldn't decide whether it was going to be a serious science fiction show or a satire of a science fiction show. And it tried to thread the needle, I guess, and it didn't really succeed, in my opinion. It's like either go satire, crazy, funny, or go serious. This middle ground, it was an odd series. My favorite Martian. Oh, you are going way back on that. Good old Bill Bixby. I had a crush on Bill Bixby when I was a child. What are some of your favorite booktubers to watch them? Well, everyone that I've done a reaction to, I like, which includes Caleb and Reads with Cindy. And I did a reaction to Jesse the Reader, but I don't actually watch him that much. But I appreciate what he's done on BookTube. And I can appreciate all the work he does for that quick editing style, which I wish I knew how to do. And who else have I done? Bow Ties and Books. Joel, the Fictional Fates. I also have been watching, there's a lot of small booktubers, including some of you guys that I watch. But there's only so much time in the day. So it's hard to, and the way YouTube's algorithms work, algorithm, they don't seem to always put videos in the feed that you're subscribed to. So you have to really look for your subscription sometime, which I mentioned when I did the Bookish Realm. That I've been subscribed to her for years. It's just I never watch her because I forget, and her channel just never pops up. Okay. Cappuccino liked, yeah, Orville is an homage to Star Trek Next Generation mixed with comedy. Yeah. I liked it, but I didn't love it because I wish it would went one way or the other. Lynette tried to get into Orville, but only could watch a few episodes. I found a better, well, maybe we should watch the second season, Cappuccino. Stig, Orville is decent, but I don't always follow along on its story. Seth MacFarlane, I agree that it kind of missed the mark, yeah. I don't know if I'll notice myself if I've unsubscribed to people I was following, Stig, but yeah, it's annoying. Okay, so I think I'm gonna, oh boy, I did a big mistake here. You guys might not even see. Okay, I'm gonna cut my crease with good old Clown White. If I can find my brush. Oops. Shoot, where's my white brush? Oh, I'm so unorganized. I actually may end up moving later this year. I freaking lost a brush. Oh, here it is. It's on the floor. No, that's not it. Oh, here it is. It fell into a drawer. Okay. Anyway, if I do move later in the year, hopefully I could get a bigger place with more room for a studio for doing these types of videos. You would not believe how cramped this space is. Oh, okay. Man, I'm not used to these small cut creases. Oh boy. How's it look on camera? I can't even. Oh yeah. That's the white cut crease. Yeah, so this is a smaller cut crease than you're used to seeing me with. Talk among yourselves. Okie dokie. I can't even see the brown. Better on camera. Okay, I need more brown. Let me try a different brown. And let's catch up. Bookish Realm was one of the first, if not the first booktube I said, really? That's interesting. Blue-black. Yeah, it's just been, I live in the Bay Area. If you don't know, the San Francisco Bay Area is extremely expensive. And it will depend if I work at a law firm and I'm not an attorney. I work in a support area, in the tech area. But if they will allow me to work permanently from home full-time, which I've been doing since COVID started, then I'll think about moving. Thank you, Cappuccino. Looks good. Yeah. Someone told me, Lynette, and I don't know if this is true, but they said moving is more stressful than a family member dying or changing your job. I don't know if that's true or not, but it is so stressful. Oh, The House on the Cerulean Sea. I actually want to read that one. It's one of those books that I want to read, but I always forget until I see the name of the book. And then I say, oh, I want to read that. But that's from the author who did The Extraordinaries, about the gay, young adult gay teen superhero with ADHD. He's not a superhero. It's a superhero story, though. It's on TBR list. Yep. I'm looking for a space opera to read. I call it research because I'm currently writing my own space opera, but I can't find anything else out there besides The Expanse. Well, Stig, I will tell you of a opera. Is it a trilogy or a quadrilogy? It's what's it called? It's a Stephen R. Donaldson, The Gap. Is it called The Gap Cycle? But it is literally based on Wagner's Ring opera. A lot of trigger warnings. It is very, if you don't know, Stephen Donaldson has this thing about, let's put it this way. The main character in his first novel, Lord Fellsbane, our hero raped a woman. So, and then there's like, can he be redeemed from that? But The Gap, you have to be prepared for some, especially in these modern times, some tough storylines. But I really enjoyed that novel. I thought it was extremely well written. There's another space opera series, excuse me, by one of the writers that did the Dragonlance Chronicles, Margaret Weiss, and I think she teamed up with another writer. Usually it's Weiss and Hickman, but I think it was Dawn Perrin. But it was, I think it was a trilogy, but I really enjoyed it, and it was just pure, like Star Wars type fun. I think there was even they had swords that they weren't lightsabers, but you would, they were like just the handles of swords or something, or maybe it was a full sword. Anyway, you grab the handle or the hilt of the sword and it punctures your skin and your DNA like powered up the sword. It's just a fun space opera. Okay, looking for browns. Okay, which here's one of my brushes that is all bent, and I think it's a paintbrush. I mean, it's not really a makeup brush. And going to the conspiracy palette. It's doing nothing. I don't have a dark brown. Well, I'm going to have to go into black, I guess. Is it doing anything? I'll tell you the worst space opera I've ever read, if you want to know what not to do. Who wrote Xanth? Piers Anthony. His magnum opus was Tyranny, or something about a space tyrant. And it was this huge, big old, bulky science fiction novel, which I was kind of excited for because I like large, thick tomes. And but it was horrible, absolutely horrible. He put a lot of his own, I guess, political message, which, and it wasn't like I didn't disagree with his message. It was just very heavy-handed and not a good book. I'm trying to see how I look on screen. Maybe I just need to bring, God, always second guessing myself. Would Hyperion count? Oh, Hyperion. I don't think so. I think that's hard science fiction. I think Hyperion is good old-fashioned hard science fiction. When I think of space opera, I think of Star Wars as a space opera. Yeah, a lot of things don't hold up well. Okay. Should look on my TBR to find space opera. Now, if we're just talking about science fiction and not quite the space opera genre, which I guess we should define, to me, space opera doesn't really rely on hard science fiction. It's mostly something like Star Wars. But if we're just talking about science fiction in general, some of my favorites are, well, Larry Niven, who was a while ago, but someone not that long ago, and by not like, and by that I mean within the last 20 years, because I forget when he wrote this, probably in the 2000s, it was A Fire Upon the Deep, really good science fiction, hard science fiction, I think, by Werner Vinge, which reminded me, excuse me, his wife or ex-wife, I have to burp, that's why I'm pausing. Oops, excuse me. But his wife was Joan Vinge, who wrote, back in the 80s, a series or a duology that I really liked, which was The Winter Queen. No, The Snow Queen. Was it actually called The Snow Queen? The Snow Queen and Summer Queen. But like both of those authors, for science fiction in general, wouldn't call them space opera per se. Oh. Start to reread Davy by Edgar Panger. Day of the Triffids. Oh, I love John Wyndham. Yeah, I've read, what have I read? I think I've read 3 books by Wyndham, which is Day of the Triffids, Midwich Cuckoos, of course, and there's another book I have on my shelf, which name I forgot. I don't know Book of Coley. And I don't think I've read Davy by Edgar Pangborn, although it sounds familiar. Google is only suggesting Asimov. That's weird. It's a space opera? Yeah, Day of the Triffids is good. Everyone loves Day of the Triffids. Ender Games is big. Then again, the author is a dickhead. Yeah. I don't know if I'd call Ender Games a space opera. I guess we need to decide what is a space opera, because there were some, in Ender Game, some decent science for speculation. Quite difficult. Well, Blue Black, you are not alone. You're not the only one who finds sci-fi difficult. Oh, thank you, Cappuccino. Anne Leckie. Now, I'm just talking about the first 3 books, which I assume is what you're talking about, Ancillary Justice or whatever. Has some very interesting, did some very interesting literary choices where gender is concerned. Notably, I think everyone, like nowadays, everyone is assumed to be male. Not nowadays, but conventional grammar is, if you don't know the gender, you say he. But in Leckie's world, you say she. So suddenly it appears as though you're reading as though everyone is female, but that's just the neutral gender pronoun. Anyway, it's a very good series. It does not pick up until book 2, in my opinion. Book 1, I thought it was a little slow. Oh, I shelved Book of Coley, but not end up being. Oh, God. Lynette, what a mistake to pick Bubblegum. One of the worst books I've read in a long time. Could not finish it. Yeah, Stig, you'll definitely, I think you'll enjoy Anne Leckie. Now, what am I doing here? Can you guys see the brown? Okay, I'm going to have to bring this brown way up. Because I think on screen, it looks like there's a lot of white. Okay, let's go back to the Splendor, go lighter. Now it just looks like a huge, see this side I think looks okay, and this side just looks like a big, I know it looks different on camera. Okay, I'm going to cut some white. Under the brow. Oh, I can't tell what looks good and bad anymore. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I'm quiet. Just trying to figure this out. Okay. Oh, thank you, Cappuccino. I love Ian Banks. Yeah, the Culture series is very good. Consider Flavas. Is that the first one? They're very wild. But the brown is looking really subtle to me. Yeah, Stig. I mean, in the mirror, the brown, it looks like it's there. Yeah, the only thing I've read, Lynette, is The Lost Factory, which is the horror novel that freaked me out. About Red Rising. Also, the first book is weaker than the series overall. I agree. Red Rising is really good. I think it's really good. I don't know if I wouldn't call the first book weak. Okay, I'm going to put some black on. I wouldn't call the first book weak, but no, I need brown. I keep changing my mind. I usually like first novels more than second novels. I mean, first novels are usually my favorite in a series. I will say Red Rising is a fairly violent book. But if you ever read the second trilogy, which is Iron Age, that the violent is I usually don't care about violence in books, if it helps the story, it's fine with me. But that one, that just went almost to an X-rated version of violence. Dang, I just need to keep, I'm looking at the monitor. It's just so different than what's in the mirror. I need to just buff this up. Oh gosh, I'm going to be here all day. Okay. This is going to be my quick look, by the way. Okay. Let me see if I can get this thing to work. I can't tell if this looks good or not. So confused. Okay. Where are we? You on with the Expanse? Yeah, definitely continue with the Expanse. Yep. Marshma. Hi. Thank you for joining us. Trilogies often suffer from second act slump. I think that's why a lot of them. The second book, yeah, that's true. I agree. They redeem themselves by the third book. And here's the other thing. If you're looking at the structure of a story, you have the setup, then you have the conclusion. But before you get to this is sort of, in my mind, the shape of the story, sort of the complication or conflict. So the movement goes like this, and then it builds, rising action, and then you get the apex of the story, and then things sort of twist on the hero, and things start not going their way, and that's usually, and then it rebounds, and then you get to the climax. But usually in that storyline, the second book sort of ends when things are going badly, a lot of times. So you get a lot of second books that have really dark or not very exciting endings. Yep. I think pacing a series over 3 books or more is really hard. I agree, Cappuccino. Trilogies are my favorite structure for a series. And the only exception to that, and I'm thinking of Wheel of Time and books like that, where they just seem to go on forever. And once in a while they do it well. Like I think the Deathgate cycle, speaking of Dragonlance writers, Weiss and Hickman, it's fantastic, and that's 7 books. But the other way to do a series is when it's like detective. My voice is like a detective novel where you have your like detective or little crew that keeps going on a new adventure every time, but they're like self-contained stories, but they may build off of the backstories. Like I think I haven't read that much James Butcher, the what's that, his Modern Mage series, but that's kind of what I'm thinking of. Oh, Stephen Bruce's Talto series is totally like that. It was better than the first. Oh, interesting. The first book started so slowly. Third book's, that was my talking about the Annie Leckie trilogy. The first book I found was slow too. I picked up on the second book. Yeah, Marshmallow, either they get episodic or it feels like the plot keeps repeating itself. Don't tell the Wheel of Timers that I've said that. Okie dokie. 3-act structure just lends itself to it. Yeah. I agree, Stig. Okay, at this point, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I know what I need to do. Okay. Why does it look like there's so much white on screen and not that much here? It's driving me crazy. Okay. Okay. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do lashes, lower lashes today, but I just might have to. Okay. How long has it been? It's just been over an hour. Okay. I'm going to try. Usually I do black and white all over my waterline. I may, sorry, I'm going to have to lean forward. I may just do half of this as black on my waterline. Or 2/3. Okay. Oh, I don't know if that looks good. You need a little white line on the side. How's that look? I think I just better do something with these brows. And, oh, by the way, did you notice, I mean, I obviously glued my brows down, but I glued these sides down because I'm going to try a lace front wig, which I hate wearing because you have to glue them down and it's a pain in the butt, but Today is a special occasion. I think too many authors keep series going. Oh, Philip, the Riverworld series. That's right. You know, the Sci-Fi Channel tried to do a series, a Riverworld program, which didn't work. Thank you, Blue Black. These lives really soothe me. I don't know if it has the same effect on you, but there's something relaxing with Goddess's makeup frustration. Well, you come to expect every week I'll be frustrated. Who knows, maybe one week I'll actually do a makeup that I like and surprise everyone, including myself. I think I'm just going to stop. I don't think this looks too bad. You can tell me. I'm just not getting the shading I wanted on. And I use like the darkest browns I have. Is there like a darker brown? I mean, I guess I do have a darker brown, but it's a shimmer. And I don't really want to put... Oh, that's green. I don't want to use that. Okay, so, well, let's try this shimmer. See if this deepens anything up. Oh, maybe it does. The reason why I don't like using shimmers that much is because it emphasizes texture. And since I glue my brows down here, if I get shimmer in that area, it'll just emphasize the glue down hairs. I swear this side looks so much lighter than the other side. I don't know why. Oh, that looks patchy. La-di-da, la-di-da. Does that look any better? Or does this side look really terrible? Blue light. I think it looks great since you wanted a subtler look today. Oh, thank you. Okay, well, let's just go with it. Okay, let's dust off this bake. I'm going to try not to do lower lashes. My face looks white on camera. This is my Bahama Mama. Which has a teeny tiny mirror that does nothing, but just for bronzing. See if I can put any more color in my face. Better? My nose contour too much. If I can tone it down. Okay. Going both sides on camera even. Thank you. This as background to revise my book. Very on theme. Oh, thank you. Music can be a little distracting, you know. Yeah. I know nothing about makeup, and I have to say blending is basically witchcraft in my eyes. I totally agree, Marshma. Sometimes I like writing or doing stuff to movie soundtracks, but I get what you're saying, that sometimes anything with words I can't really focus on, you know, like pop tunes with lyrics. But even if you, like I do, do soundtracks, sometimes the mood of the soundtrack is super either sad or like an exciting action scene. I mean, it goes all over the place. So I definitely understand that sometimes the mood of a music, even a soundtrack music, can really throw off your game. Okie dokie. Now, my goal is not to make humongous lips like I did last week. Of course, I have no lips. I'm just drawing little dots to guide me. These lips may be too small. It's always something. Yep. Okay. So these, I think, looks okay. And let's just go with the red. Oh, I think this lipstick is like an exact match for the lip liner. And of course, I have to go back and clean up these lines. Yeah, sorry it's so quiet, but I'm working on the lips. And let's put a little. There, my simple, neutral look. Okay, now the exciting part is you get to see lace fronts. Okay. You always make up your own lyrics, can't bother to decipher. Yeah, that happens. Oh, yeah, that's a good point, cappuccino. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I edited one video, and I don't know if I'll ever post it, because it was like I decided, oh, I've seen other booktubers do these like online quizzes, and they find these book quizzes. So I thought, oh, that looked like fun. And I swear to God, I'm just taking a quiz and mumbling. It's 30 minutes or 20 minutes of me mumbling, taking a quiz about, oh yeah, this book. Yeah, I think I've read this book. Have I read it? It's, I don't know. Fortunately, it's one of those videos I can keep on the back burner and just release if I don't have anything to post that week. So those videos are kind of nice to have, and tag videos you can sort of keep on the back burner. Okay, so let me put on. Now, lace front wigs. Oh, let me catch up. Oh, you like the lip color. Thank you, Cappuccino. Heavy Rain with Crows. haven't heard that one. I'll look that one up. People who know about my hearing problem are surprised that I love audiobooks. Well, I guess, well, I don't know, but I guess you can, you know, if you have your earphones on or whatever, you can really focus the sound. And there's usually never background music or anything. And usually, if you have a good narrator, they enunciate very well. Can't wait to see the lashes and wig. Thank you. Oh, I have to do lashes. You know, for the shape of my face, which I used to have a oval face, but it's gotten rounder. Let's face it, it's gotten rounder as I'll put on weight. So small wigs, or conservative wigs, I guess you might say, just don't look right on my head. It's like I have short hair and big face. Maybe that's all in my mind. I don't know. Let me put on some lashes. Where are my lashes? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do bottom lashes. Oh. Okay, well, I'll show you after I put on the eyelashes. Lace front wigs. Basically, well, I'll show you. Oops. One pair of eyelashes. Okay, so trying to make sure I don't have anything sticky on my hands. Oh, I'm going to need a wig cap for this. Okay, so this is a lace front wig. Oops. As you can see, rather than a hard front, it's this little lace here that makes it look as though the hair is growing out of your scalp. And let's try to put this on. And I'm not going to glue it down. Gluing it down is a pain in the butt, but if I was doing, see these little tabs here? This is what should be glued down so they don't look like that. Oh, this is a big wig. Let me zoom out. Still not in frame. Let me tilt up. Okay, there. So this is the lace front wig. Again, these little tabs should be glued down, and you can glue down all around, and you can probably see the lace front on camera. So what you could do is just put like a lot of dark makeup like around the hairline so it blends in more. But it should look as though the hair is growing out of my head. Oh, and I got some white nylon gloves. What time is it? Okay, this is definitely faster than previous looks. So I'm curious to do this smaller makeup look in a different color. And these white gloves, you can see my hair through. I don't know if you can on camera. So these white gloves might not be the greatest idea. Yeah, you can see my hair. I need to get more of those nylon black gloves. I got them in different colors. But the black ones are really nice. Because I am not shaving my arms for Booktube. Okay. Jewelry on, my hair on. How do I look? And the other thing you could do to hide this, I guess, is to wear a bandana. And I have one here, but I'm not going to put it on. Okay, let's catch up. As long as it's a personal choice to wear your hair the way you're comfortable with, it doesn't matter either way. Oops, what are we talking about? When I was a teen, my mom said she didn't want me getting a pixie cut because of my round. Yeah. Sometimes on a round face, a pixie cut looks really cute. I mean, it just depends. It's just, and it also has to do with your own personal image. I can't even pronounce it. Marshma, femininely. I don't know. I can't pronounce it, so it can't be a word. Oh, thank you, Cappuccino. Like the wig. Thank you. Yes, usually I do. I like having the gray hair for like the older Booktube Goddess look, but I do have a black wig, and of course a pink. And I wish I had more colorful wigs. That would be cool. Because it always reminds me of, I don't know if you've seen that British television show, Are You Being Served? Mrs. Slocum always had on these great, bright colored wigs. Beautiful. You look like one of those, you look like one of those New York fashionistas that roast your clothes in a way that is so eloquent and you're not even mad about it. Well, that was the look I'm going for, though. So thank you, Marshma. Okay, well, thank you everyone for coming here. I need to look, because I'm just looking on a screen, and I've talked about how I don't have good eyesight. So I never know really what this looks like until I can blow it up in Photoshop or something. So I think this actually looks good, but I've said that before, and then I've I've looked it up and think, what did I do with my lips or my nose contour? Love Mrs. Slook. Yes, Lynette, she's great. I was talking about her pussy, which is her cat, but you can understand the puns that could go along with that. You have a really pretty smile with the teeth. Thank you. Actually, do my teeth look? I always wonder how white my teeth actually look, because sometimes I think they look yellow, but I think it depends on the color of the lipstick too. There's certain shades that bring out the yellow of your teeth more than others. Thank you for coming, Cappuccino. Fantastic. Are you being served? Okay, so I think I'm going to head out, and I actually have to do some prep for this video that I want to do. But thank you all for coming here. Thank you so much for being part of this little Chit Chat Get Ready With Me group. And until we meet again, may all the books you read be blessed.